Da-da-da.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ilias.
And I am Robert. Yeah. Yeah, I can never do my own. Like, I always have to copy you.
I am the mighty Ilias.
I am the Robert.
Voice warm-ups. The best.
It
The
is-
best.
It is actually making me sweaty, so
Yeah, it is actually, yeah.
I'm stripping.
Robert? Welcome to the dungeon.
Well, we're actually stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
One step over
One step
the
up.
rest. Oh my god.
This is gonna be another long intro for you guys, and it's gonna suck, and you're gonna die, but
And
it's
it's-
fine.
Because that's what we do. Do.
Sketchbook heroes, boo-boo-boo-boos.
Yeah. What rhymes with sketchbook heroes? Doobity-doobity-doo.
Skibidi-doo-doo. It's like that one time in the man. Definitely you're You know what we should do? We should have people off the street just like, we have a podcast, it's called Sketchbook Heroes, go intro, and then they just like,
They're like, what?
like yeah, and they just like say something and then just record that and then use it as the intro.
Yeah. We can do
A
that.
new gimmick. Because the rest of the podcast sucks. So we'll have a fun intro that everyone listens to and then opts out.
Fantastic.
And with that said, welcome back to the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert.
Yes, and we're not live, apparently.
Never.
Stupid thing. And today we're going to talk about letting things take time.
Take time.
Exactly. And after that, we're going to talk tools. Maybe we have some, maybe we don't.
Who knows?
And then we'll talk Mandalorian.
Mando.
Mando. Mando. Mando.
I was doing the real intro.
I know, but it kind of worked.
It
was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, talking stuff?
Yeah, let's talk stuffs. How
Talk
are you,
stuff.
buddy?
I am in hell. I'm living hell. Yes.
Fun. Great opening. Thank you.
Yeah, just
No.
to keep it happy.
Keep going.
No. Lonely as fuck. Everything sucks. But I am definitely hanging in there, and I am creating more than ever. So, yeah, I think
That is
that's
awesome.
like, it is a good thing, but it's like,
But it sucks.
it really sucks. I mean, now Anna has left, and
For reals.
For reals, yes. And now I am definitely feeling it. So, you know, when everything reminds you of that person, no matter what you do.
Yes, especially if you lived in the same sort of
Exactly.
apartment.
And like the whole relationship was very intense from the beginning, so we've just sort of intertwined into life. And yeah, it's so weird. But yeah, everything that I do right now, it just reminds me of her, and it sucks. It really sucks. But I'm hanging in there. I know there is like light over the horizon whenever I get past that one, and trying to utilize every moment that I have to really create shit, which is what I do. So yeah, just trying to hang in there, I guess. How are you doing? How is
Not as
life?
bad. I'm just like, I started sleeping. I've slept 2 days now.
No
Like
way.
actually slept, not 3 hours, not 4 hours, but 8 hours plus.
Fantastic.
And first day I slept 8.5 or 9 hours. I died when I woke up. The second day today, I actually feel that I've slept.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good. And I don't think I said that last time, but after I was a bit stressed last week. Like part of it was lack of sleep.
Yep.
Part of it was Inktober and work.
Yeah.
Now that 2 of those things are gone, the lack of sleep and Inktober, not as stressed. So sleep, friends. So yeah, not stressed. Also, work has sort of taken me in a new direction from I was going to work on a project, but they took me out of it, which is weird, I guess, if you.
Like,
But
yeah,
but the
because it
new
feels
direction,
like
yeah,
almost like being fired, I guess. Or
yeah,
like,
exactly. Like,
how-
we don't
how-
want you to work on that.
Like, what did I do?
what did I do? Yeah. And then like, no, we want you to keep doing what you're doing because it's awesome. So, cool thing.
Nice.
I like, because I really wanted to do the other thing now. Like, I was excited about the upcoming project that I was going to be on officially, but then I was doing this thing in between, and now I'm doing the in between thing full time for now, which is awesome.
So is that like the choice that you wanted to go for? Like, or
Initially, I was just throwing out ideas, and that's always my favorite part. And now I get to do that, or like I got to a concept that I really enjoy doing. So just going over to something else when you love the idea so much sucks.
Yeah.
And life took me, like, it just, circumstances made it so that I get to keep working on the thing that I now am excited for instead of jumping on a new thing where there isn't as much excitement. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
both of them are good, but one I feel excitement at the moment. Like, I'm seeing so much potential, and, you know, like how the ideas are coming even when you're done. Like, that's fun. So I get to stay there. So thank you, life.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
That's, well.
It's always like that, though. Like, when you're low, I'm high, and when I'm low, you're high. You know, like...
Yeah, that's always the thing. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
But, that's why I love that we meet up every Monday and sort of balance out.
Yeah, dude. Just throwing darts outside here.
It
Like,
helps.
even when things are going bad and the throws are going... Like, it's still a fun thing to do, just...
It takes you out of all the bullshit that's going on.
Around you, yeah.
Yeah. Or even if it's not bullshit going around, it just takes you out of everything.
Everything, yeah.
Just like it's just us and the dartboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even not even the dartboard.
Or just like watching crappy movies. Like, you know, we're not trying to maximize the time. We okay, Mondays are off limits, you know, from 3 o'clock when we meet up to whenever we finish.
Exactly.
Like, there's no like, I got to be home before that thing. No. We just go with it.
Hang out.
Love it.
Yes, the best.
Mm-hmm.
And then we actually record this podcast.
And actually do a podcast somewhere in between there.
Yes.
And just wanted to say, like, we've gotten so much, like, praise.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the hell? Like, usually we know we have listeners, then we have, you know, the awesome people that we talk to, and now, like, some new faces have popped in and just like, started listening. I'm on episode 5. It's awesome. And
you just wait, my friend.
Yeah, it gets worse. And but it's so awesome that you guys are telling us this, because sometimes we don't know what's happening. You know, we're just letting things float in the internet.
Exactly.
And it's super nice to hear back. Yeah. Like, it's always... And one of the people is _Kanishka21_. If you're listening, thank you.
Thank you.
For the super long...
Yes.
Not going to read it because it always, like, we just butcher it.
Yeah,
but thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's so heartwarming to know that we're not just full of shit. You know what I mean? It's always sort of like when I tell people I have a podcast, it's always like, but, you know,
yeah. Yeah,
like,
I can never tell somebody that we have a podcast with like a straight face.
No.
It's always like, but you need to consider
exactly
this and remember that it's
exactly.
Like,
you have to sort of
excuses and
instead of owning it.
Yeah.
And because the people that we are on the podcast, like, we are ourselves, but also there's something about going into a room and recording and having fun and, you know, being with a person you've known for all your life. It's very unfiltered. It gets sillier than it would with someone else.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I mean, we turn 14 again.
Exactly. Like, we go back in time. Like, there's the knowledge of the future in a 14-year-old's mind.
Yeah, exactly. And all that entails.
Yeah, exactly. It's not always great.
Dick and fart jokes.
Yeah. So yeah. Still working on getting some new cool guests in as well.
Yeah. Second wave COVID has just hit Stockholm, or a week ago for anybody listening, or a little bit further.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
still, it's
that's where we are.
It's getting worse, so we'll see how how easily we can bring people in and talk.
And how comfortable they are.
Because we do
you
have
know.
enough space here to
Yeah,
be
we
three
can
people without like actually farting on each other. But I know people are worried. I am worried again.
I'm not worried still.
No, but you're working from home.
Yeah. So
no, I've started wearing a mask when I'm on the train and stuff now. It's probably just like my mental health isn't the best, so I think it's just like the COVID thing is just more in my face now.
Yeah.
So,
but also you work
that's
with
the thing,
people.
Like,
you put needles in folk.
If I get sick, I am fucked.
Yeah.
Like I can't afford to get sick now. So I mean, it's scary. It makes it real, you know. But I know I have like a lot of support, and I feel super great. I am very careful with the hygiene and washing of the hands and all of that stuff. So like I feel confident in myself, taking care of myself, but you never fucking know.
Yeah.
So scary times, and it will probably stay scary for another year.
Yeah.
At least. So yeah, I don't know. Robert, stop worrying about shit. Yes, thank you, Robert. I will.
Note to self. Well, you're gonna listen to this when you edit as well. So
yeah, I know.
You'll probably get back to. You'll hear it again,
yes.
future Rob.
And but yeah, so thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah, and also keep shouting the podcast. Keep tagging us when you're making pancakes or driving your car. Mimosa.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, whatever you're doing.
Please let us know when you're listening to us.
And if you never told anyone that you're listening or told us, we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
It's always fun to find new people that are listening. Some people that listen, I'm like, why do you listen?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, as much as you can judge a person, but sometimes there's people that I don't expect to be listeners. It's people that I look up to or, and they're listening to me and you sit here in the Christmas tree, with the Christmas tree.
With the fucking Christmas tree.
all year round.
All year round. We've been with this fucking Christmas tree for a year.
But now you're seeing it like I was seeing it because you were always sitting with your back towards it.
That's true.
Now you're the one.
It is in my face now.
Yeah, our mics have switched places, so now Robert is sitting across the Christmas tree like I was.
It feels great.
Yeah, but it's so joyful.
Yeah,
Joy to the world.
I
don't know what the rest of that
The king
lyric.
is dead.
The king is dead.
No,
yay, Christmas.
Yeah.
But let's dive into today's episode. Intro song.
Yes, today's intro song is the same one you've heard for 117 episodes now, including this one.
Oh yeah, we never said the number. Good one.
So 117. Yeah.
Ka-ching.
Intro song, go.
No, I mean
I can't do the swishy. No, couldn't do it.
No.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
I don't know.
Why the fuck do we do this?
But we're back.
We're back, yeah.
We're back. But we're back. We're back, better than ever, talking about letting shit take time.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be, I don't know, whatever the fuck they want to be before they even hit legal age.
Or even before they know what they want to be.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because you just want to be anything, blah, 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 lyrics. Right?
Yeah, exactly. All of those things.
All the profound.
Yes, so profound.
But yeah, we all stress about it. I stressed about it a lot.
All the time.
Like you said, before I fucking figured shit out.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. Didn't think it through that much. It was cool.
Still
so
put
I
the
wanted
work
to
in.
do. Yeah,
Still put the fucking work in.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
But again, life. I tried stuff, and then life takes you on a journey. In a different direction, or whatever.
Just life.
Yeah, but I always I stressed so much about getting somewhere fast.
Yeah.
Because there's people that do that. And that's the people that we get to see. You don't get to see the person that struggles for 30 years. Or you never get to see that journey.
No.
You're not privy to that part.
And that's the cool thing, because it's a race to nothing.
Yeah.
But with art, it's you step into the race, and along the way, you will get jobs.
Yeah.
So along the way, you're going to heat. You're going to hit goals. Slapping the bears.
Slapping the bears, having the goals.
But yeah, you're going to reach goals that you didn't even know were...
You had, yeah.
When you started this race, you didn't know that was something that you were striving for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just realized how fluid
I get what you mean.
Fluffy.
It's not something you set out, but when you achieved it, sort of, you're yeah, that was actually it meant more to you without knowing you wanted it, or that achievement.
Yeah, I mean, it's more I want to do art.
Yeah,
but what?
Yeah,
because now
I hate when it's that abstract.
Yeah, because it is the plethora that we keep saying of so much you can do, and how do you know which one of those things is the goal that you're striving for?
Yeah, exactly. Or
you don't. There's no way to know that unless you've run that race, so to speak. Just to keep that.
No,
going.
but that's really good, and I think that just like you said, we don't really know.
No.
We think we know. I thought I wanted to work at a big AAA studio.
Yeah,
because exactly.
Why?
Yeah.
Do you know why you
wanted
wanted
that? No, because it was cool.
Yeah, you wanted to tell people that you were working there.
Yeah,
so you could get chicks.
Yeah,
or money.
I just wanted the cool, because I thought that's what I wanted to do. But then you meet people. If you get into the industry, you get to meet people from all over.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start talking to people about those jobs,
and they lift the veil.
Yeah, exactly. It's not all that great.
But no job is really. Because
exactly, and it's from person to person,
yeah.
Any job you get, no matter how cool it is or how awesome it is, eventually it will become, work. Mundane, and that doesn't need to mean a bad thing, but again, if you have to do it, it's a job.
yeah, exactly, and that's how I see.
Yeah,
everything that
every
I have
must.
to do.
Yeah, the
exactly.
musts.
It's a terrible way to see things. I know this, but it's the only way that keeps me doing it. If I don't have to do anything, I will put it aside.
Yeah,
and I will
not do it.
Exactly, and it will take me half a year to start this project.
Let it take time. No, just kidding.
No, but seriously, I mean, it is something.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on what the thing is.
I don't let the thing go. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, apparently.
Oh.
Yes, but
a lot of things.
So, for instance, the writing of the story of the book and all of this, that was in the back of my head for quite a while before I even put finger to
before you
keyboard.
fingered it. Yeah, keep going. I'm in.
So, I still have that, the little vault of ideas. But if I just, I did with the writing of the story and all of this stuff, I took that sort of folder out of the vault and said, this is a job now.
Yeah.
This is something you have to do. And off I went. And I'm still doing it.
But there's a difference there. You're working for yourself. You know what I mean? There's no one telling you what and not to do.
Exactly.
You are the boss of that.
An unlimited deadline, which is the most amazing thing. But I still see it as a job.
Yeah.
So I'm still very serious and I'm very focused whenever I actually do something with that story. Yeah. But again, because of the extended deadline, bringing that back in to be a daily is very difficult. And it's if I'm lucky, I do it maybe a few hours a week now. but even that stretching it seriously, like especially like these last few weeks. But like with all shit aside, it's still me procrastinating so much rather than just sitting down, focusing on this sort of the snag that I've hit, get that loose and fix it, do something with it. Which happened yesterday just for like out of nowhere. I just had this epiphany and ta-da, like it's solved.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted to get to further along with the whole taking your time thing.
Yeah.
You know, time eventually does solve problems for you because your brain never stops thinking about those things in the vault. I think I skipped ahead so far right now.
No, but I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah. So, and that just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, yesterday I said to myself, after I finished my Sean Connery sort of tribute post drawing, I was like, okay, good. That was work for today. Just sit down, watch all the stupid shit you can, write down stuff for the podcast, have fun. Started watching something stupid, and then look, it's like, oh my god, that's what I need for my story. That's what just jot that down in my notes. Ta-da! Problem fixed. Like, didn't focus on it, didn't even have it in my head.
Yeah.
And there it went. Like, that's it's the coolest thing about like the brain, I guess. Like how the
complex
fuck does it work?
and how complex it is with that stuff and how it keeps track of it, even if you feel sort of like all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
There is like some order to that chaos.
It's so insane, really. Like, yeah. But just speaking of the whole taking your time and really letting things take time, I think is the best thing you can do. And going on with the whole rant that we have been doing this whole year, don't let the social dictate your production rate.
And not like really focus on really focus on getting your content getting better. Like we said last time, I think we ended on this like Tour de France thing.
Yes.
Where like you can't just go in there and win it. You know what I mean? You can't compete against these people if you've never trained for this.
Was it Lance Armstrong?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't.
Neil Armstrong? Who's
I don't know.
One of the Armstrongs.
Yeah. you just like you can't go in and compete. Like who are you competing against? You know, like you need to be like in your niche on the level. You know, like to be able to compete. And
yeah. I mean,
or like have something that makes people see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, then by all means,
still step up.
Yeah, but try to focus more. Like put more energy on getting better, getting to the level you need to be to make your stuff stand out. You know what I mean? Like look at the people you're competing against. I'm not saying create the same art, but look at their art and see what it is that you like about it. When it comes back to the tracing or the stuff that we've talked about before, like look what they're doing, take that part and apply the principles of the thing. Oh, they're doing this or doing that, you know, and it appeals to me as a person.
Why?
Yeah, why does that appeal to you? Yeah, exactly. Like break it down good. And then just use the things that speak to you.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, you'll level up. But if you only focus on like, oh, I'm just going to social media, but you can't draw. You know what I mean? Like you can't draw well enough that people feel that they want to spend money on your stuff. Then focus your energy there. Because once you get to the level of, you know, where you can compete on the art side of things, then you can start adding the social media strategy as well, like that you've learned over the years.
Yeah.
But don't worry about not reaching your goal within a year, within 2 years, you know. Like, play the long game. Like, I think it's going to be so much more beneficial to you, rather. Because when I look back on, like, old stuff, like old work, like when I was young and entitled, I felt like, oh, I'm good enough. I draw a lot. Yeah, but it wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? Like, when I look back at it, I don't mean that I shouldn't apply for jobs at all.
That's how you learn and evolve. And,
exactly. You
know.
should do the things and learn from them. The problem is that a lot of people just do, and never reflect that they're doing anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at some point, you just look at your stuff and you're like, this isn't
not nearly close to the level.
Yeah, I don't need to be Art Germ. You know what I mean? Or another super famous artist that we mention all the time. It just needs to be good enough to get the job done.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere. And like we've said a million times, that when you look around you, there's like all varieties of, skill out there.
Yeah.
There's like this super simple, like cartoonish stuff that you feel are like scribbles and why is someone paying that person. And then there's, the high end artists that are getting, the big bucks and are super good.
Yeah.
But that span exists. Like there's happy amateurs to, professional artists, like skill wise.
Yeah.
And they're all getting jobs.
And everything in between.
Yeah, and everything in between. So there's like a lot of possibilities, but when you're trying to sort of compete on a certain niche of art, like whatever the fuck it is, if you don't stand out, you're not going to be seen. Or like if you're not good enough, at least.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a difference. Like, you could stand out in many different ways.
Exactly. It doesn't have to just be... Because there could be two artists that draw in the same sort of type of art. Like, let's say we both do comic art.
Yeah.
But one is, this more traditional, more sloppy, like inking thing. And another one is like super digital, like...
very polished and smooth.
Exactly. Let's say Art Germ for the example there.
Just for the fuck of it.
And then my messy sort of like Link stuff.
Yeah.
Or like the Inktober stuff, for example.
Yeah.
Like those are two distinct styles that could both do comics, but... like they're so different for being the same thing.
Yeah. So that's all up to, well, I guess in this case, probably a client or the
or like whoever's going to,
company, I guess.
Or somebody just like who wants to see this, like if you're going the social media route, like who wants to, like what's the fan base here?
I'm just assuming that there's a third party that has written the story and that person doesn't have the means to like illustrate their story.
Yeah.
So they need to hire an artist. And this is where it's like, it's really up to their taste.
Mm-hmm.
And like, well, I want this story to feel more fluent and rough and this. So then I'm more for the inking on the scruffy paper rather than the super polished
digital.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Although both are good in their way, they're different.
Yeah, exactly. And one will tell the story in a better way.
Yeah.
According to the person that has
that's ordering the who
job,
wants the
or
job,
that's written the story, or whatever it is. So and that's like already there. You have so many variables to getting a job. Yeah. Because it could be like, well, if you compare Art Germ to like Scott Pilgrim, there's
still same thing. Very good example as well.
So extremely far apart. Yeah. But the Scott Pilgrim story is so much fun and amazing, and it just lives on its own. Yeah. And that quirky, sort of shitty looking art style that they have, but it's not shitty. It's very
it's cool, but it's so simplistic.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dexter's Laboratory almost. Like that very simple style. It just amps up the story.
Yeah.
It like adds to the story. If you had this super handsome looking Scott Pilgrim kicking ass in Art Germ way,
it'd be a different comic.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You wouldn't relate to the character in that way because he doesn't look geeky. He's going to look awesome. He's going to look so fucking polished and good. Like, I can't imagine Art Germ making somebody look like Dexter.
I would love to see that. And I think it would be fun. But now that, like, Dexter is such a, like, iconic character now, you know, that it's hard to imagine. But it would have been cool to see sort of, like, an IP that we don't know.
Well, let's
that
say
feels
the
awesome.
brief of Dexter.
Yeah.
Like, not Dexter.
And then you have those two artists sort of created, you know, in their own way. And then just see, because one would be visually more pleasing to me.
100%.
And then you would have the simpler style, you know, And
you would just hire the polished guy for the cover and then have
the interiors be no, but I don't know, like I don't think, or you don't know, that's the thing. This is all just, like
and this it was a weird tangent here. I don't know how we got into this really.
No,
but just
but I think it was sort of like getting to the level where you can compete at least. Like,
that's
like giving yourself that time, I think, is the point here. Like to grow as an artist and not just try to maximize social media.
Yeah.
Because you said, like, don't let social media dictate what you create or how you create or how, like, don't create for Instagram.
No.
Create for yourself at the pace that you can, and don't waste your time, promoting your stuff 90% of the time. Because how much time will you be, like, I drew for years, but as soon as social media came, like, I drew more, but then suddenly, you get a few likes and then you shift. And that's when you stop developing. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what kind of art I wanted to do. I was just trying to get likes for a long time, and
we all were.
Yeah, exactly. And somewhere along the way, you realize that art isn't fun anymore. It's too stressful, or you're just creating to like, or everything you post sort of is never finished. It's like, I even wrote, like, oh, this is almost finished. Like, why are you posting it? Yeah, just finish it and then post it. Because it always got a little better once I did the last tweaks. Because that's when I, like, you take a break from it. As soon as you post it, you take a break, and you start something else. Yeah. But then you go back to the piece and you're like, this, and this. And it's so much better, but you've already posted it.
Yeah.
And I hate people that post sort of like 2 images and there's no difference. Like, they're like, oh, now it's finished. I'm like, I don't see it.
Yeah, like, what did you do?
Yeah, so I don't want to be the person that posts like that, 2 sort of identical images. Although one, like, in my own work at least, I can see that it is better for adding those 2 things, but it's not going to be the biggest game changer because it's going to look somewhat similar in the small format, Yeah. So just finish it and then post it, because anyone, if you're going to use your social accounts as like a portfolio thing, like if that's your aim, I don't care, but it's not great.
No.
Like, oh, but I have the finished one, it's better, like excuses. It becomes excuses.
Always.
Like, even if they are legit, you could have just waited and then posted the good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck it.
No, I definitely have an excuse for every piece that I've made, I think.
And I hate, having to use them.
Yeah.
But looking back, though, like, at my work, I just should have just let it take more time. Not just for the social media stuff, but when I applied for jobs and stuff, sometimes I should have just focused on drawing a bit more. Because I wasn't, like, at the time when I started applying for art jobs, I was mostly just doing, like, the freelance gigs that I had. But I didn't spend time, improving. Like, that wasn't my world. I didn't hang out with artists. You were the artist that I hung out with, every now and then.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got into business, I was 27 years old. And, I started meeting people that were really good. And, the Sketch Tuesday group.
Yeah.
And started meeting some really awesome people there. And they were all like, yeah, I took this course, I did this thing, I'm learning this, I'm doing that.
Yes, every single one of them, pretty much.
Every fucking one of them.
They were all still learning. And like, so into
and they were
learning.
So good already. I was like, what are you learning?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what is it left for you to learn?
Yeah.
What's left for you out there? And they just kept getting better and better, and their sketchbooks were amazing. Like, sure, doodles, sketches, whatever, but so good because they were putting in the hours, the time. They weren't just satisfied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the where they were at.
Oh, I definitely know what you mean.
And I didn't know that was a thing at that, like the way that they did it.
No.
I knew that you had to practice to get better and blah, blah, blah. But, but when you see people that are so sort of like after it as they were, at 27, I decided to become better. And I had been working at it, but I had just been working at it poorly. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing it to the extent that I could have been, and like in a smarter way.
But you didn't like actively seek out to learn new things.
No,
Like,
I drew the things I knew, yeah.
And then just looked up how to draw whatever you wanted to draw for the piece.
For the piece, yeah, exactly.
Not
like that stupid shit.
to build up your library in that way.
Exactly.
I mean, you still do. But
you do, but at a slower rate.
I don't know. I see it in my head as like, you know, dropping like a gemstone on like a polishing wheel without holding it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
just like just bumps to the thing, and like it gets polished a bit every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of grabbing that fucking gemstone and like
focusing in on getting that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird analogy, but
no,
in my head it just.
But I get what you mean, though. Weird example, but I get what you mean. Like it's at least it's clear in that way.
Okay, good.
But yeah. So just give yourself the time to grow, because I always fucking thought that I should have gotten that job and no, and like no, I shouldn't.
Exactly.
I really shouldn't have gotten that job.
Looking back at it, you're like, how did I even get an interview? Like,
exactly. And
it's like, no,
dude, and just sometimes when it comes to the portfolio and stuff, when I look back at it, like I learned so much looking back at it, later, because nothing was good about it. You know what I mean? It was what we've talked about. Don't waste people's time. I wasted a lot of people's time.
Mostly your own.
And mostly my own because,
But did you? No. We
no,
didn't waste time in that sense.
Well,
we were living, we were doing what we wanted to do, but we could have focused. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And
but
I'm not saying that you shouldn't go out there and fail, because these are my failures. You know what I mean?
And
I appreciate them for teaching me this stuff.
I mean, that's why we can sit here and spout all this shit.
All this shit.
Because we've gone this way. We have done it the hard way. We're trying to help each and every one of you out there skip this step. Don't do what we did. Try to, just
be smarter about it.
Exactly.
Work smarter.
Take a few extra minutes and really think about what the fuck you want to do.
And if you don't know, do a lot of things until you fucking know.
But taking time is, I think, the thing that I've learned, one of the last things that I've learned in this art career within parentheses.
Yeah. Quotation marks.
Quotation marks, air quotes.
Air quotes.
All of those.
Bunny ears.
Yeah.
Cocaine. No.
But really, taking time is the most important thing.
Yeah.
It is, and not just taking time, but enjoying that time.
Yeah.
I think that is even more
That's a
important.
hard one, yeah.
It is. Sometimes it could suck all the balls or all the dicks in the bags or whatever analogy you want to suck.
Very nice.
But taking your time and really enjoying every second that you are allowed to do this amazing thing that you're doing. It's so gratifying.
Yeah.
I can't put it any other way. Just this weekend alone, having created new art pieces that I'm really happy with, and just for myself too, it's amazing. It's helped me so much, and it's really meditation, it's discovery, it's all of these things wrapped into just me sitting with a few pencils and a piece of paper and drawing whatever I want.
Dude, I wish I could go back to my younger self and just dude, this is probably that before it was child abuse.
Yes.
No, but just dude, enjoy these sketches. You know what I mean? Don't just do them to get better. Enjoy them while you're doing them. Because I was obsessed with getting it perfect and getting it, no, just enjoy this. Like I do now. I haven't been art blocked in forever.
Oh, same actually.
I just draw more. I draw less. I accept it.
Mm.
I do stuff. I go back to drawing.
Yeah.
No stress, no pressure, nothing.
It's all
I
about
doodle.
the feels in a
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
because
It's like, I don't feel like it today, so I won't do
I
it
won't
today.
do it today. Yeah.
No stress.
And that is so nice. And also, like, when I'm drawing, like, if I'm going to say, like, oh, I'm going to spend the whole day drawing, that doesn't mean that I'm going to have a finished drawing at the end of the day.
No.
It might just be basically what I did through Inktober now. Like, I had an illustration every day.
Yeah.
So much pressure, you know, and some of them turn out less than ideal, and some of them are a little better. But
they're all
the
really
best
good.
the best part was the small sketches.
Yeah.
The stuff in between
thumbnails.
those things.
Yeah.
Like that
The
you'll never get
exploration.
to see. Yeah, the exploration, the fun, like the one where she's running towards that cloud thing, where I'm playing with the perspective. You know, like I drew like a wall, like a half an A5, like super tiny thumbnails, like beside each other, and then I did some other small like compositions and tried to pose out, and I was like, yeah, I think I found something here, and I kept exploring that, and the perspective started getting, you know, like crazier and crazier, and I was like, yeah, and the foot should go out of the frame, and it should go out of the page entirely, you shouldn't even see it, you know, and it just became like the character became like, imagine like from a jog to more of like a sprint, but like a crazy one, sort of like Animatrix, you know, that running one.
Yeah.
It just like, it got super crazy, and I didn't even, you know, like use reference for that. Like I was just like trying to use my understanding of what I had, and then just analyzing my sketches and just giving it the time it needed to become the running thing. And then the final result didn't become as satisfying as my sketches, but you know, it was fun. Like all the exploration before where I couldn't make it work, that was the fun part.
Yeah.
And not the illustration at the end.
But it still turned out great. Like,
But that's because I
like,
guess
in your head, you
yeah, in
built
my
it up.
head, yeah, I built it up. I couldn't match it. It's a disappointment.
But how often can you match it though?
But you can't, and
No.
that's, I think,
Again, the taking of the time. Like
Yeah.
if you would have taken a week drawing that piece,
it would have been.
it would have been fucking
Yeah.
amazeballs. Like,
Yeah.
not to say that it's not amazeballs.
No, but I
But-
do see what you mean.
yeah.
Because what I've learned through Inktober is that planning these and giving them sort of like the attention that they need in the certain areas where you suck makes them so much better. So some of these have been like, I've been very sort of understanding of what I'm doing. And I've like, oh, this is a simple pose here, but I'll just tweak it like this. Because that's what the sketching on the side, which has been the hours of drawing for me, has sort of like, oh, if I tilt her head like this, but bring up her shoulder like that, and then I place her there, she's going to look like she does this. Or if I put her arms like this, but I bend them slightly, but keep the elbows close to the body, that'll make it seem like she's like, you know, like there's power or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like little things like that. I've been drawing that. That's what I've been doing. Like over and over and over and over and over. And I'm like, no. And then like analyze the previous sketch and then redraw it. No. Again. What is not working? And then, you know, like you try to act it yourself and like, oh shit, yeah, this is what I'm doing with my body. I need to make her look like what I'm feeling, because I don't look at myself in the mirror.
No.
I'm feeling the movement, you know.
Yeah.
And then I try to put it on paper. And that exploration, like that time that I put in that stuff, that was the fun part.
Yeah.
Because it's like making animation. You know what I mean? Like when I watch animation, I'm always so excited. And now I get to do it with my body while I'm drawing. Like, you know.
I get
it's
it.
so much fun. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, you nail it and it's ink. So you know, when I fail, I just keep running with it and try to adapt as much as I can. But fuck that. It's been such a cool experience to like.
And I think with this, you like just thinking ahead to your sort of book project. This is exactly what you're going to be doing with that.
Yeah.
So like if you can nail down somewhat of a story, then you're going to start dividing it up into however you're going to be illustrating it. But before all of that, like before you put pen to paper and start actually drawing it, you're going to do all of this again.
Yeah.
So this has been like the greatest warm up for you to get into that mindset. And I've skipped that step.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to start doing what you have been
Yeah.
doing for this full month or year, pretty
Yeah.
much. So, like, you're going about it, again, like, the best perfect way.
Probably not, but yes.
No, I think so. Like, when I'm trying to look ahead and just
Yeah.
predict how it's going to go. This is the perfect way to do it, I'd say. Like, to...
but not rush it as well.
No, of course not. Of course.
Again, like, I could be the type of person that I've always been, where I just like, oh, I did it in a week, it sucked, you know.
Exactly.
Or I could just let it take time.
Yeah.
Not put a year on it, not put 2 years on it. Like,
No timestamp.
no timestamp in that sense,
No.
but still have, you know, like, I'm going to do it, I'll be doing it, but I'm not going to put a short time limit on it because it's going to suck.
But it's also because, like, say you didn't have the job you had
Yeah.
and you were working at, like, I don't know, a shitty job.
Whatever.
You would have
yeah.
a lot more of a big, huge carrot in front of you to do this.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
then you're going to be like, well, this could be my fucking ticket. If I get this book done, it might be like the best shit ever.
Yeah.
And it might skyrocket me into famedom and stardom and people might give me money.
Yeah.
Like, but now because we are in a place where we
In
can
a comfortable
relax,
place,
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
the comfort zone. You don't have that fire up the ass. You don't have to do this. And this is also like, because I feel we're contradicting each other throughout certain episodes. Because in some episodes we are saying that you should really, like, you set the goal and you just fucking do the work. You put the time in. And then, like, in this episode, we're saying take your time, chill out. Don't
But it
fucking
depends
stress.
on what it is.
Exactly.
That's,
yeah.
Like,
I'm just trying to clarify to people that might get, like, extremely bipolar from listening to our episodes.
What's happening?
That it is because we are in a position that we can take
Yeah.
our time with stuff like this. If we rewind a few years when we didn't have this luxury, it wouldn't look this way.
No.
We would definitely be like
we've
we
lived.
wouldn't even think about
but
doing
the
stuff
thing
like
is,
this.
we don't even we don't even have to. Like, we've done the other
we've
the
gone
other
through,
journey. Yeah,
we've
like, this is
climbed
the
those
experience
stairs.
coming from all the failures.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, always keep that in mind. Like, when we say something, it's not because we read it on the internet.
No,
it's
no.
because we failed at it.
Yeah, we've crawled through that sewer drain.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
most of the things that we've talked about on the podcast has been, you know, something that we did or didn't do when we were trying to become what we are. Like, it's just
that
such
is
a
the podcast.
no, but that is the podcast. Yeah,
Mm.
and again, we didn't know anything about podcasting. We probably still don't
No, we
because we don't care.
Yeah.
And but it's just like, oh man, I don't even know. There's a point there
There somewhere.
somewhere.
That's up to
But
you.
something I wanted to say though,
No.
like, since I don't
What
know
point?
where that was going, something that I want to point out about letting things take time, you know, like you're not more successful if you do something at 20 or do it at 30.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're still as successful if you do it at 30 or 40.
Exactly.
Like,
there's not like
there is not, you
a
don't
deadline
have to,
for you in life where you're like, well, I'm past 25, so I can't
yeah,
do this
no,
anymore.
I can't do this. No, there is no such thing. That's just
Jesus.
you. You know what I mean? Like, that's the young you
Yeah, wanting to get everything now.
now, because that's how young people work.
You saw it on Instagram, like they got it.
They got it, yeah. So you're entitled. No, you're not.
No, fuck you.
And
Put
yeah,
the time in. Do your, like, you will get your dues when your dues are done.
No. No, but just like, you need to put the work
Yeah,
in,
that's what
okay?
I'm saying.
And just,
You can't cheat everything.
yeah. Sometimes, you
You
know,
should
like,
cheat with everything you can.
you can, and you sort of like, if you can
But you
get
need to own it. You need to you need to be able to deliver on what you are
on your lies.
Yeah. Yeah, derailing the fuck out of here. Yeah.
But it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that success is still success. You know, like, just because we're young and eager and time passes way slower than when you're old, like we are, or older, if you wish.
Old.
Yeah, I always say that, but I always say to older people. So
Yeah,
it just
that's
fails.
true. Everybody that I talk to about this is like, you're fucking...
Your baby, yeah.
Yeah,
And then we're...
Yeah.
But it's just like, your eagerness does not change that success is success, no matter where in life you sort of achieve it. There are people that, like we talked about Taika Waititi, that, well, however you pronounce that.
That's right.
But he got into movie making at 30?
Yeah,
plus?
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Like,
And
he hadn't done anything before he was 30. So.
yeah, so...
And he's
the awesomest.
He
He worked...
director.
But that's
at
what
the
I mean.
moment.
Like, everything he's touched is fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if it's about vampires.
Even the
or, you know...
what's it called? Even Green Lantern. Because he's in Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, just so you know.
No.
Yeah.
No, but again, learning from your mistakes.
Exactly. 30.
But it's just like that guy works on Star Wars. He works, you know, Thor, Marvel stuff. You know, like
he does everything.
He does everything. He has his own fucking show with the vampire thingy that he made, and it's just, oh yeah, what we do in the shadows, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But it's just like there is no timestamp on this. You can become like you could try to be an illustrator all your life and then realize that you hate it. Like the industry, it's not for you. And then you become a doctor or vice versa, you know, yeah. It doesn't really matter. Like as long as you want to do it and you can put the time in to develop, you can become it, you know, like.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to break this subject down as well. Like, because we do promote trying as much shit as you can.
Yeah, you should do that if
and
you
that
don't
is
know what you're
also
doing.
a part of taking time.
Yeah, time to explore. That's the thing.
You don't have to put a lot of time into each and everything that you try, but try as much as possible to eliminate all of these question marks in your head of, do I want to do this? Mm-hmm. It's like, nope. Yeah, that was kind of fun. Okay, so I should probably stick with more of that type of stuff. And that leads to something.
That's a really good thing as well, because I remember, like, I wanted to do so much being young. Like you too, like not you two the band, but you too, Robert.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Yeah. But Robert and I, we had a lot of hobbies and interests, and still do. And we wanted to become ninjas. We wanted to be stuntmen. We wanted to be acrobats. We wanted to, you know, like the list goes on. Yes. Like awesome artists.
And we did all of those things.
Awesome lovers. Awesome. No.
We did almost all of those things.
No, but I'm just saying that at some point in life, though, you just start like, you start something and immediately you like, I never want to do this again.
Yeah.
You know, like there are certain things because you're like, but what if I don't put enough time in it and I don't love it and, you know, but it's what I should be doing. Then you'll probably get back to it at some point.
Exactly.
But, you know, like when you love something, when you try it, you'll know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you feel that you didn't give something a chance, you can try it again. Because, you know, I
had the worst analogy for this.
Okay. It's a Robert and the Terrible Analogies episode 117.
No, this is so bad that I'm not even going to say it.
Cool.
Because I can't be fucked cutting it out. So.
That is very good. I love it. That is better than your analogy.
Sorry.
Ba-dum-bum. Good joke. But yeah, like just try shit. Don't worry so much. It's when you start overthinking everything that shit gets complicated.
Yeah.
Like there's a million things to draw. Draw the one thing you enjoy. Start there.
With one.
Yeah. Start with the thing you enjoy and then expand.
You will get to the million at some point.
Yeah. And there's also people, you know, they just draw the same thing over and over for years.
Yeah. And if
like that doesn't work for me.
If that's what they want to do, go for it. You know, we're not saying that that's wrong.
It's not wrong.
But it's fucking boring.
It is boring. Yeah, it is boring.
Yeah. Like.
But maybe for them, like, you know, like the square is tilted a bit to the right this time. And that's a big challenge for them, then that's fine.
They're evolving.
Yes. Like, to each their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you enjoy it, fuck it if we don't like it.
There are no wrongs here.
Yeah.
Literally, there are no wrongs here.
Although I've made a lot of them, there are no wrongs.
No, but all of those wrongs made it right.
Made it right. Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually. Like, because I was striving for something. I didn't exactly know what I was going to do.
Yeah. It's almost like navigating a maze, I
Yeah.
would say. Like, you just keep making wrong turns till you go the right way.
It's just like, hopefully before you die.
Yeah.
Or
well,
starve to death.
seriously, yes. I mean,
That's
is
life, yeah.
That's the only thing we can really hope for,
Yeah.
that we will reach, like, the center
Something.
of the maze before we fucking die.
Yeah. Or just to get out of the center of the maze.
But it's also not about that. It's about the
walk,
journey
yeah.
through the maze.
Yeah.
Which is, like...
It's such a hard thing. I remember being young and trying to sort of understand
Yeah.
that I was supposed to enjoy the getting better, the learning,
Yeah, like you
It's-
said, like, time is so slow when you're a kid.
when you're a kid or like a young person. Like when I
Exactly.
was 16, like I don't know where all that like so
when you
much
were living at home.
exactly, and you had all the time in the world
Yeah, no fucking worries.
and all that energy and everything pent up in that little brain. And what did you do with it?
Masturbate.
Masturbate. Go to kung fu.
Masturbate.
Masturbate. Eat everything in the fridge.
Yeah.
Masturbate. No.
Yeah.
But not far from the truth. But I'm just saying that, you're young, you're dumb,
You're full of cum.
yes.
Yes.
That's not what I want to say. So,
You were about to say it. I saw it.
No, I actually didn't even think that far.
Young, dumb, and full of cum. Yeah.
No.
No?
And that's where I was like, we're really good today.
Yeah.
For not having an episode planned, we're
No,
really
no, no.
good. And
I
they're
am
like,
always
come,
there.
Masturbate.
Yes. I'm so
Good
right there.
times. Yeah.
Always here to bring it back down.
But
yeah, I think we've driven our point across, if there was a point.
There was a point. Take your time.
Somewhere.
We said it.
Yeah,
like,
take
in
your
the
time,
beginning.
re-listen to this episode as much as you can.
Exactly.
Share it, spread it to all of your friends and grandparents.
Exactly.
and
Like Vegemite on a sandwich, but just...
fuck yes, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much though, just the littlest amount.
No, yeah, exactly.
And also
exactly.
with butter, I would definitely recommend toasted bread, melted butter, and then just a little amount of Vegemite. There you go. It's good for
Exactly.
you. Good for your immune system too.
And also, I would love to hear your... for
Vegemite.
anyone on the Discord,
Yes.
tell us what you think. What is... Like, how do you feel about letting things take time?
Yeah.
Grow over time? Because there are a lot of ideas that we have that... Sometimes I just don't feel good enough to do anything with them.
Yeah.
But then I look at them, in the future, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking...
It's starting to make sense.
Yes, exactly. Or I know the next step to that.
Exactly.
But
Because you've unconsciously, why do I always want to say
Yeah, I
subliminal?
don't know.
You've unconsciously learned this new thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That just like, again, like with the puzzle pieces
Yeah.
almost like,
But that's what it is.
like I finally have this puzzle piece. I can start building this puzzle now.
Mhm.
Like without you realizing that you've learned that skill or acquired it.
And that's a cool thing to also sort of acknowledge your growth as an
Mhm.
artist or, whatever the fuck it is you're doing. Because this doesn't apply to just art.
No, of course not. This is everything. in life.
Exactly.
Like
Everything is art.
if you have a goal in life, you can apply this.
Exactly. Unless it's cocaine. Cocaine over time. I don't know.
I wouldn't say cocaine is a goal. It's a means to
No,
an
I
end.
just... it's a means to an end. All right. And with that,
Yeah,
moving on?
Moonwalking away. Yes. Moving on.
And we're back.
Hello.
Do we have tools? You have a tool. I have the iPhone 12. I love it.
Awesome. I haven't worked with Clip Studio at all.
You son of a bitch.
Yes.
And I didn't try the inks that I said I was gonna.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really like my phone.
But I started drawing traditionally again.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
That must have felt really good.
Oh my god. It was so good. Like, sorry for screaming. But
So good.
no, so I did like a little Mandalorian piece as the first traditional piece.
Oh, yeah, with Baby
after
Yoda and
Inktober.
everything, yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And really speaking, this ties so perfectly into today's episode, but it was just like, I don't want to give it too much like pretentiousness or whatever. I want to make it just because I want to make it. It'll take the time it takes. fuck it. And it took a day to do. Like, normally that would have probably taken me 3-4 hours to do the whole thing. Today, like this time it was maybe 12 hours. Like, just slowly working on it, chipping away. It was amazing, but just sitting there with a piece of paper that I can move and smell and touch with first just normal pencils, just sketching, and it was so good. It was
Fuck,
so
I haven't
good.
used pencils in so long. I don't even.
Yeah, so that's my new thing now. Like, after the Tango and Cash poster, it is my preferred way to work. So just rough sketches with a colored type of mechanical pen, just the finer lines, and then polished sketch with like a very dark colored pencil. Because that way you don't get the gleam and shine from the graphite that you would get.
Yeah. I hate that.
And it also, like, I think I talked about it before, but when you go over it with the Copics, it sort of bleeds out a bit.
Yeah.
Sort of smudge, I guess, smudge the lines a bit. So it just helps create like this very nice texture and just makes it more fun. So, yeah, other than that, I'm doing it the exact same way as always, like just putting in the darkest parts first and then sort of going from 0 to that number that is the darkest part. And, just meeting halfway and then whites. That's it. Very
nice.
simple process. I do post the process for almost every piece that I do. So if you're interested and want to see the stuff that I do and the process of those stuffs, Rob Ekblom on Instagram. Check it out.
Very cool.
And hope you learned something. Let me know if you do.
Yeah. And also, if you're buying iPhone 11 or 12, remember that it adds a lot of sharpen on your images. So
can you turn that off?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was a bit of a for me, especially if you're like drawing a lot of thin lines, especially I think fine liners and stuff.
Or like,
yeah, they become thinner and a bit sharpened. So it takes some work getting around. Like you need really good lighting and stuff like that. I've sort of just accepted a lot of it, and it looks fine since you guys can't see the original.
Yeah.
But it's still like when you take a photo with your iPhone 10 or 11 or 11 and 12, like it adds the sharpen, and then you put it on Instagram that also adds a sharpen.
Does it?
Yeah. Like automatically, like it's always there. Like it just
Fuck. I had no
you
idea.
notice it depending on what type of art you post. And I started noticing it, with the black ink sketches, because every time you press OK to start writing the sort of like description, or like when you accept an image and then you go to the next step, you see it. It just shifts. Yeah, there's like a sharpening happening.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's so annoying. So you get a double sharpen.
Yeah, because I always use sharpen. Obviously.
Yeah,
like that's what I like. I like having the choice to add the sharpen.
Same. And I can do that in Procreate. Like I don't want it added from somewhere else, but it's just to make crappy photos. Like look better.
Yeah,
which it doesn't, because shit is shit. No matter how much you sharpen it.
That's a really nice looking turd.
Yeah. So just a heads up for anyone thinking of upgrading to 11 or 12.
Yeah, because for me,
if it's for photographing art,
it would be the only reason.
That was the reason I upgraded from, because I checked
10?
some reviews. No. Yeah, I had 10, and I was like, it's okay, like it's good, but I'm always in bad lighting. Yeah, and like everything I have uses the ecosystem of the Apple phone. Like my computer at work, my iPad, so I just want something that I would never go to Samsung, because the only thing that would be better for me is the camera, and then everything else would suck for me. Yeah. So I want to stay within, the ecosystem, because everything
familiarity as well. Like it's
but it's also like if I need something from my phone, I can just access it on my iPad or my computer. I don't have to have my phone nearby. Whereas if I get a Samsung, I need extra apps to be able to access my phone. I don't want that. I just want it to be the same. Yeah. So that's why I go with Apple. And I thought, the camera looks really nice. And I checked, images and stuff. But then, of course, they never mentioned this anywhere. So when I bought it and I started taking pictures, I was like, that it just sharpened my image. And then I took a phone with my old phone that I had beside me, and I was like, oh, son of a bitch, yeah, they're doing it. And then I started Googling the thing, and it's an issue. And a lot of other people that sort of take photos and stuff, especially sort of like photographers complain that, you know, like when they take like a nice portrait and there's just like a couple of strands of hair, they get like really crisp and weird.
Oh, yeah.
You know, stuff like that. Yeah. And I think most people won't even notice. But if you're an artist and you're out there to sort of like photograph like your awesome lines, you know, that you've done, and it just ruins them a bit instead of like lifting your picture, you know, with the sharpen, it might not be the way to go.
Yeah.
Like, you can still work around it. Most of you won't see it, but go to the store and try it out.
That's a great heads up.
Yeah, so take your sketchbook to your local Apple place where you can test them out and try it.
Yeah.
And see if it is for you, because it's a lot of no, but it's exactly, but it's a lot of fucking money.
It
is,
and
I paid so much, and then I realized that I was like, this is the reason I bought this phone.
Yeah,
it's not to have it the first one, to be the first to have an Apple phone. It's just so I can photograph. Yeah, exactly. So I can photograph in bad lighting, because my sketchbook is a tricky thing to photograph.
Fuck, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but it's a heads up to anyone listening.
Any good upgrades with the 12 that you've noticed so far, or is it pretty much the same?
Like Apple phones, you know,
you get what you.
Yeah, want. They're like, it's faster, it's harder, it's scooter, you know, whatever. But it's just, I just wanted the camera.
Yeah,
and then you just know what you get, you know, like it's the stuff you expect.
Yeah,
but nothing has changed. Like, I guess the biggest update is the iOS, you know, that they upgraded, and you have a lot more features that everyone has had before.
That nobody really cares about.
But, like, I haven't used a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't really care. I just want a good camera, and then I want to be able to, you know, like, reply to emails, use Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's it. It's still there.
Yeah, so. My 7 still does all of those things.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what fantastic. I mean. Like, I just want the camera to be good. Yeah. Because I want my photos to be clear.
Yeah. No, I am looking into upgrading, but, well, right now it's...
Yeah.
Everything is up in the air. But that's actually a really good thing. Because then maybe
you can try it. Like, you can photograph some of your stuff with my phone and see sort of what it does to them. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't affect them, not a problem. But if it does, might not be worth it. Then it might be worth getting, you know, like a 10 instead of a 12.
Because that's what I was thinking. Like, it feels like the 10 is probably the better way to go.
But man, I love some features in the camera on this one, though.
Oh,
like, that you're able to sort of like back up when you're trying to photograph, you know, like stuff in a closed space, but you want to get a lot of it without backing up because there's no room.
Fisheye type.
Yeah, exactly. So it has that fisheye thing that I really enjoy, and it has like the portrait mode. Like before is so zoomed in, so now you can actually zoom it out so it's normal, but still the same blurry background.
So you can like be a group of people and actually get a good selfie.
And do the same thing, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, that's great.
And also you can film in the fisheye and everything, so that's pretty cool.
Ooh,
yeah.
We should start skating again.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was so good.
No, you can film.
You have the phone.
You're the camera dude.
Yeah, I'm a skateboarder filming guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I have.
Okay. Yeah. No, I have no new tools.
Yeah, I have a lot of them. Like I said, I bought them for a month ago, probably now.
Yes.
Where does time fly? And I haven't used them because lazy.
Because Inktober also.
Also Inktober.
Yes. But now, downtime.
Yeah.
Relax. Start using the stuff.
That's the thing now. Like, what's next? I don't really, have no idea.
Yeah. I was saying, the whole of yesterday, I was like, yeah, today I'm just going to dedicate this day to playing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There was no playing Spider-Man.
I also have to open my PS4 to get the game out that my daughter put in it.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I actually have to, because the CD that I put in, because last time I tried it, it just came out, the CD.
Yeah.
And my son wanted to play Harry Potter. I was like, it seemed to work anyway, so no.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I need to open it up, open the drive thing, and get the CD out and the little disc thing.
Actually, your daughter should do that because she fucked it up. So,
but again, this is a PlayStation that I won.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay for this one.
And 5 is right around the corner.
Yes,
like,
but I really don't want to break it.
No, of course not.
I want my son to have it so he can have it upstairs so he can play some games as well,
Yeah.
But we'll see how handy I am. Mm-hmm. There is a video on YouTube how to sort of open it up and stuff from a tech guy, so I'll try to use that one.
Just use a rock.
Go in.
Yeah, always works.
Always work. Saw it in Zoolander.
Yes. It's inside the PlayStation. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And with that said,
moving on.
Moving. I said we're back. But what's going on, right?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to oh my God, I can't continue the song.
But yeah, we're here. We're at the end of the thing. I've seen only one thing.
Yes.
The one day that I had to.
The only one thing that I wanted you to see this entire year. And he's finally seen it.
I've seen it. I binged it, motherfuckers.
Which is impressive. Mando.
Captain Corelli's mandolin.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck.
Don't bring Nicolas Cage into this. Especially not Nicolas Cage with a really bad Italian accent.
Hello there. But yeah, we're going to talk Mandalorian. We're probably going to spoil the first season. Because it came out ages ago.
Yeah, you should have seen it.
Yeah, no.
No.
But we might spoil.
Yeah, so a slight heads up. If you haven't seen Mandalorian yet,
exactly,
we might be ruining the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and
or
also
making it more awesome.
More awesome before you've seen it. Exactly.
Yes.
But if not, if you haven't seen it, go leave us a review instead. And thank you for listening.
And go watch Mando.
And then come back. Just leave reviews and spread our shit. Spam people with our stuff. Like, hi, you should follow this account. Cool stuff. Follow this account instead. And check their podcast.
Yeah, the podcast.
Oh, dude. Backside, actually, just to derail, as we do.
Yes.
But intentionally. Being, getting a lot of followers also gets you a lot of that shit. Like, how I said, a while back, I'm like, I don't get that anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You get a lot of idiots.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah.
Examples, please.
Examples. First, that stuff. Like, cool, check out my work. Goes without saying.
So they're still out there.
Also, I got, this is the character from, what was it? Saga. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. What's Saga? Oh, yeah, Stalk from Saga. I'm like, yeah, cool. I don't know what that is. And then another person this is Stalk from Saga. And I was like, there's two of them. Okay, what the fuck is Saga? And then, it's a comic. And
oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Never heard of it?
It's one of the most famous comics now. It's
is it?
so well received. Well, it's one of the bigger ones.
No idea. But... And then, someone I actually like and follow.
So which character is...
The spider.
Aha.
Because there's a spider in that one, and she's also a spider woman.
Okay.
And when I'm saying this, for anyone that doesn't know my art, it's a spider body with a human in front instead, where the head should be. There's a torso and up, there's a human there.
That's actually a very, very... old school demon from Japanese mythology.
Also, it's just a fucking common design of anything spider
anthropomorphic,
blah blah blah, whatever the word is.
Yes,
it's such a fucking common design. And I looked up on Pinterest. I wrote monster spider, and it's just people. attached to spider bodies, basically.
Yeah.
Basically the same character as they were mentioning.
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't believe you.
I actually have this character in my story, by the way. I haven't told you
Thank
about
you.
it. But yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I said I was like, yeah, but this is if I told you to draw a spider person, this is probably what you would create, And then mine happened to be blonde because I only have white pen. And the character
it's
in the
blonde.
comic, no, but it's white haired, yeah. But it's just and then in the comic, she's a blonde spider lady with the eyes, because I added extra eyes, and she has the same type of eyes, which is also very common in what we like to do, those demon, Japanese demon eyes, those little slits.
Actually, I watched Hellboy Sword of Storms yesterday.
Yeah.
She's in that one too.
Oh, shit. I ripped that off as well.
No.
So, but I did.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this guy was like, yeah, well, I guess a lying cat would have, an apt response to this. Someone else wrote. And they were I was like, idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
there's always those.
Always that.
Always.
That comes. That's the dark side of the web.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get the idiots along with the good peeps.
Did you really have to write that? Did
Yes,
you seriously have to write that?
Yeah.
Did that make you feel good? No. What gratification did you get from writing that?
You gave me a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because you're idiots.
Yes, idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And now you're... You see, you're idiots without getting the fame for it.
So, spoiler alert for
Mandalorian. But yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Fun times.
So, right off the bat, let's just go. Yeah. So, what did you think?
Yeah, it's really nice. And I think what I love about it is how, beautiful the cinematography is. Just the fucking how they filmed it.
Yeah.
It always looks pleasing.
Yes.
It's a bit, is it just my phone and my computer? Because the dark scenes are really dark. Because I haven't watched it on my TV.
No, it's crisp dark.
Yeah, but I sometimes I just have such a hard time telling when it's action in the dark.
Okay.
I'm just it's just so fucking dark when it's dark. The night scenes are.
Because I've only seen it
maybe because
on
I've seen it small.
my television. I haven't seen it on a smaller screen. So I've never really had that issue.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe in the.
Because I've seen it in pitch darkness as well.
Yeah.
And the dark scenes are dark.
Okay.
With the full brightness on, from let's say below half and up to extreme, the full brightness on my phone and iPad, it's still dark as fuck. Nothing changes in the movie when I do it. You know what I mean? It's equally dark at the brightest and darkest.
Can you remember any scene that was that way?
Yeah, all of them. Anytime it goes really dark, sort of the
in
last 2-3 episodes in the the first season.
Yeah,
the last season, the first season.
It
was really dark when it was dark.
It didn't affect me at all.
I'll try to see it on my TV and see if that's a thing.
I didn't think about it at least.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I love this show. I've seen the first season 3 or 4 times for sure. The first episode probably 13, 14 times because love it. And now season 2 is out. And oh my fucking God, I didn't think I loved it this much.
Yeah, it was really good, the first opening episode.
Yes. Oh my God. It just pretty much, let's say I had 10 boxes. The first season ticked all 9 apart from the last one. And then this one just ticked the last box. It just made it so perfect. Oh, it's so good. I love everything about this show. Because it is this B-movie type of show.
Yeah.
Some episodes are kind of bad, to be honest. They don't really have any purpose. But it's still good. It's still
Yeah. But
good,
that's what I
bad.
said to you. The story isn't all that wow.
No.
Defend Baby Yoda.
Exactly.
And, it's your responsibility to
seriously,
defend Baby Yoda.
Even the first season doesn't really have a clear goal.
Yeah.
It's just Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And then
Stuff
there's probably
around,
something with Baby Yoda. And then just stuff happens around Baby Yoda. I love that. And it just takes
And
me
it
back
works.
to the 80s or 90s of television.
Yeah.
Like when we grew up watching A-Team, for example.
Yeah.
What was the purpose of that? Like,
They drive around in a car, Robert, and they help people
yeah,
fight against the man.
exactly. Nobody
criminals.
knew that they were like, oh, they're trying to clear their names because of blah, 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 blah.
Don't care.
No. Like, they never fucking said that. Or maybe they did
Maybe
in every
they did.
episode.
We-
But
yeah, we
I didn't know.
didn't
No,
care,
no,
yeah.
I just wanted to see them build stuff. Anyways.
That was my favorite
Yes,
part.
so good. And they always rebuilt the van.
Yeah. But it was always the same
Always the
eventually.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, pity the fool.
Like, no, but I just mean like in every episode it was just reset.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
with no holes or anything. Like no marks.
nope, exactly. Like that's how good they were. No, like A-Team, Mission Impossible, MacGyver,
Yeah.
like all of these shows was just like a little movie each
Yeah.
episode, like an anthology. Same here. Like Jon Favreau has really brought that back into today's generation of spoiled, curdled, coddled, whatever you want to call them, kids. And every fucker loves this show.
Mm.
Like, I
He
have
included us in the spoiled
yes,
kids
of
thing.
course, 100%.
Like old kids. That's
Yes. But yeah, like I said, it just ticks every fucking box. For the Star Wars geeks, you have so much geeky Easter eggs all over the place.
No, but the real hardcore fans, do they love it? Because I'm
Yes.
thinking just, like how people, when it comes to Star Wars, they're idiots. Like what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're awesome people
I'm sure
everywhere
there's
in life except
a
Star
lot
Wars.
of haters, but I haven't seen
No,
anyone.
I haven't seen anyone either, but I've heard like when people are upset about Star Wars and how,
Oh, yeah.
like when they get really upset
Oh,
about
yeah.
Star Wars and you're like, dude, who cares? It's Star Wars,
You
like
didn't fucking create.
you
Star
didn't do
Wars.
shit
No.
to yeah, exactly.
Can't you just be happy they actually made something
Yeah.
more?
And this is coming from the guys that didn't like, how this trilogy ended.
No.
Or like,
Hell no.
like more than half of this trilogy sucked.
Hell no. Yeah, exactly. But I was still happy they made those movies.
Yeah, exactly. But they should have just let Jon Favreau do them.
Or they should have listened to this episode and just taken their fucking time.
Time,
to
motherfuckers.
Do something
Yeah.
good. Yeah. But yeah, they eventually did Mando. So,
Yeah.
like,
But
and that,
I
that
think
saved
that's-
it. That saved it for me because now it's like, okay, he's bringing it back to what I thought Star Wars was.
Or the
which is-
vibe, yeah. And I really
Exactly.
like the matinee, like, is that the word
Yeah,
in
that
English?
is definitely a
But
word.
it's such a fucking, like, that's how I feel. Like, when I watch, like, Young Indiana Jones
Yeah.
and all that shit on, like, Sunday mornings or whenever the fuck they were airing when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, that was my favorite part. Like, these adventure type of movies
And they
or
always,
shows, yeah.
always packed that same sort of punch.
Yeah.
And they always delivered sort of the same thing. And it was just fun.
It was fun.
Like-
yeah, exactly. Like,
Prestige, less fun.
and if you go back, they probably sucked. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But there was an adventure there, and I think that, like, as thin as the plot is in this, like, there's still a lot being told that you just pick up on. Like, come on. Like, the character is a Mandalorian. Like, what's he gonna do? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But somehow they've managed, like, together with the music and the mannerisms
Yeah,
and just
Ludwig
small things.
knocked it out
Yeah,
of the
he's
park.
fucking
Oh my
knocked
God.
it out of the
Like
park.
he's done every fucking
Yeah,
awesome thing.
Tenet, and he just like he's done like every movie right now. Yeah,
Every good movie that's come out this year, he's made the music for.
but
Yeah.
it's just like how they make Mando feel like a person.
Yeah, or how they make us feel for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And it's just a dude in a helmet
Yeah.
walking around. Like
it's so fucking weird. You don't get any expression.
he is disconnected from everybody.
Yeah.
Like there is no emotion there, but there is still emotion.
Emotion, yeah, and I love that balance.
And
like,
it's also just the fact that he went back for the kid. Like
yeah,
that's where you find out that okay, he is a softie. Like he does have a heart. He isn't this like ice cold Mandalorian killer.
but I feel that the Mandalorians painted in this series, they are more than what their rumor is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
you get that, especially in this second season,
Yeah.
when you get to see a bit more behind the sort of like the stuff.
But it's so funny because Jon Favreau, you haven't seen the Clone Wars show, have you? No.
No, I tried, but it's a lot of talking, and my daughter did not enjoy all the talking.
It's a long show.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like seven seasons.
Seven seasons. Like
But
I said,
I might watch it by myself.
The last 4 episodes of the 7th season, I think you should watch before going further into Mando, because they tie in.
Okay.
It's just 4 episodes,
Okay.
and they're short. So
Yeah. But I was
2.
thinking like I might want to see the whole thing.
oh yeah,
So
yeah.
seeing the
Because I've only seen the last 4 episodes because that's what my Star Wars experts told me. Like, you don't have to watch the first
whole-
part because it's just bullshit.
oh really?
The last 4 episodes
Okay,
really
I might not
are
watch it.
important and tie well into
But I thought
Mando.
that was a good show.
It is a good show. It is. Like, but for me, because I
Okay.
just wanted to see the important stuff, and I haven't seen the full show. It didn't make sense to me. I've seen like the cooler stuff of the Clone Wars, but what I wanted to get to was, so in the last episode of season 1, you have this bad guy, the bad guy from all shows now, pretty much. What's his name? The Hispanic guy,
Moff
something.
Sith. Fuck it.
Yeah. But he's the bad guy in Breaking Bad.
Yep.
He's the bad guy
in
in
the new upcoming game that I'm playing.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah, Far Cry.
Far Cry, yeah.
Yeah.
Far Cry 5. Yeah.
What else? He's like the bad guy.
The bad guy in everything.
Everything, pretty much. In the end of that episode, again, spoilers, you've been warned. He crashes with Mando crashes his TIE fighter,
Yeah.
and he comes out with
That
the
was
fucking
the best.
black saber.
Yeah.
The black saber is introduced in the Clone Wars, and Jon Favreau voices that character that has the black saber.
Boom.
So, full circle, that's how sort of Jon Favreau got into the Star Wars universe. And
So
all
now
that
you've
stuff.
ruined both Mando and
Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars.
Yes.
Cool.
And but yeah, so you have Mandalorians with the black saber battling Darth Maul, because yes, Darth Maul survives, just so you know, if you haven't seen the Clone Wars. I don't know what the fuck you've been doing with your life. But there's this epic battle with the Mandalorians and Darth Maul and his sort of goons. So there's important history there in the Clone Wars for all you Star Wars geeks. And it does tie into the rest of the whole of the universe. So, like, that's where it gets super geeky and it becomes very overwhelming because there's a lot to take in.
Yeah. But Mando that we have in this show, is he just like a side thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a part of Yoda's story, sort of like.
It's not even Yoda's story.
No, but I mean, that's what I mean. Like, he just, like, the significance he plays in the Star Wars universe is that part in Yoda's life.
Yeah.
The rest of it was just, he was another Mandalorian, basically.
Yeah, he was just, what were they called? Youngling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just a kid,
like
a kid
yeah.
getting saved by the Mandalorians,
Yeah.
taken in and becoming a Mandalorian.
Yeah. Earning his.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and that's why I think that actually the name The Mandalorian is probably not referring to him.
No. It's the
I
whole.
think it's Baby Yoda. Like, I think Baby Yoda will become the Mandalorian. Like, that's what I think they're leading up to, or hope, because that would be really cool.
In what way would he be a Mandalorian?
Because right now he is actually a Mandalorian. Like, in the show, he officially got taken in by
a
Mando
Mandalorian.
and has the necklace now.
Yeah. Okay.
So he is a youngling.
Yeah.
So until he gets delivered to like his race or whatever, like
whatever the fuck he is.
it seems like they're trying to deliver him to the
But has
Jedi
it ever been
now.
before this show? Has it ever been decided what type of race Yoda is? I don't think so.
He is just the Yoda race.
Yoda. But
I
there are
should know
other
this.
Yodas. That's the thing. There
I
are like
think
that.
there was
the
a
species.
female.
No, but there are species. Like I read up on Yoda today. Not
Okay.
entirely. I skimmed it.
Because
Like
I
always
don't
do.
know much about his
There
species.
are other characters. There are I don't remember. It was like 4 or 5 other known Yodas.
Yodai.
Yoda. Yeah, exactly. So same species
Okay.
that also were. They were like their whole race are Jedis.
Oh, right.
So that was pretty cool. And they all talk in that broken type of, monosyllabic weird
Whatever,
thing.
yeah.
Or how the backwards
Yeah.
English. Yeah.
Talk. You
I
shall
don't know
not.
what that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But okay. But I mean, we haven't seen them really in the
I don't
movies,
think they're not
right?
in the movies.
They're in
they
the
are
books or in
in.
stuff,
I don't.
maybe?
I don't know like what they were referring to,
Hmm.
but somewhere in the lore, apparently they are a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in my head,
And Yoda, I
that
think,
would
is
be-
like he dies when he's 900 years old. So
oh, there you go. Yeah, and Baby Yoda is 50. So
he's 50.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't remember that.
it's like they say it in the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't rewatch the first.
Yeah.
Because I needed to catch up for this.
Yes. No. And when you rewatch, you will see like the small faults in each and every episode. Like it doesn't hold up as much as the hype of seeing it the first time, because then you start seeing like the B aspect of these B movie type episodes.
But that's, I think, the charm of it as well. Like
Yes.
it's filmed like an A-list movie, like any other movie. Like
Yeah.
it's really good production.
It's Disney. Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, there's something to it that like is a bit fucking wonky. But I think that's a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Like in general, like
It needs to be that.
yeah, because like the masks, all the puppets and shit.
Yeah.
Like Baby Yoda looks like a puppet. Like even if the
Yeah.
eyes are moving and shit, you
It's
just
a good
accept
looking
it.
puppet, but it's still
It's still a puppet. Like all the monsters, the thing. You it's off the bat. They're
Yeah.
all fake. Like there's no like, oh my god, they made this so real. No, there's none of that. But
like
it's
I would-
how Star Wars has always
I would
been.
rather have the animatronic Yoda baby than
A digital.
CG.
Yeah, same.
Because that wouldn't
every
work.
time.
It would just
Yeah.
look like
I'm
shit.
so happy that whoever said to use puppets, that they went that
Yeah.
direction.
No, it took them like 11 months to create Baby Yoda, I think.
Yeah.
Just designing and designing and designing.
But it is cute.
Redesign.
Like it is cute, and
They
is,
nailed it. Like
So it's
seriously,
really good.
that's what money looks like.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
indeed green.
Like, oh my god, that
and not Yoda green, cash green.
I was so
bitches.
close to buying the full scale
the full
version.
scale, yeah.
What is it? $300?
Yeah. I think like a buddy of mine, they bought it like at the office.
Yeah. No, we were talking about
And they went
doing-
to. Oh, you guys talked about it as well,
Yeah,
right?
we're talking
Well,
about
they did it,
doing
yeah.
a Flash, like a
Like
Star Wars day, and just like
I
trying
think you
to.
mentioned it.
Yeah,
here as
didn't
well.
I?
Yeah, you did mention it on the podcast.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
we were gonna do a full day of tattoos, and all that money was going into buying
The Baby
Yoda.
That would actually be super funny.
Yeah.
Should have them by the window as well to just
Mhm.
lure people in.
Oh man, that would sell so good. Other stuff about the show, like it's just a great show.
It's a fun ride as well. Like,
Yeah, it's like watching.
I love all the guest appearances. Like every episode has, someone you've heard of,
Exactly.
seen. And sometimes if you don't pay attention, you miss him.
Yeah.
Like I was like, he was in this?
hmm
And then like, where was he? And then like, son of a bitch.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like
it was-
John Leguizamo,
Yeah.
for example.
Totally missed him.
Yeah, 'cause
Where
I
the
was
fuck?
sit-
I didn't even go back to check because I was working.
It's the guy who he hangs up in.
Yo,
the thing.
upside down.
Like the
The
Cyclops
one-eyed
guy.
Cyclops
Yeah,
guy, yeah.
but his voice
Shit,
is altered,
yeah.
and he is making like a very unusual type of voice for him.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
because I
okay.
was like, fuck, I know who this is. Like, I really know who this is. Couldn't.
Yeah,
Like, I couldn't
remember.
nail it.
But I love that,
nail it.
Ashir, what was the artist's name in that same episode?
David Cho,
David Cho that we
Dave-
talked
Dave Cho.
about. Yeah,
Yes.
Dave Cho, yeah.
and I
Like,
caught that one.
Yeah, I saw him. I was like, I couldn't place him. But then
Mhm.
we met up and we talked about it, and I was like, but he was in the crowd, like, yeah, and like,
Yes. Yeah,
fuck.
exactly. And he had painted the graffiti on like the town.
Yeah.
So if you've seen episode 1, season 2, the opening scene when Mando walks into this new town, there's like a whole bunch of graffiti apart from the glowing red eyes that are awesome.
yeah, also there, yeah.
Yeah, that's by the artist that you see like a really quick snippet of in the crowd at the arena where he walks in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you want something even weirder, check out the Joe Rogan episode with Dave Cho because it's
Oh, so good.
so insane.
Yeah.
But he also hits on a lot of points, and you'll see a couple of different shows on that show
Yeah.
from the same guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's such an out-of-body experience to listen to him.
I started watching.
It's so
like
strange.
he mentions the show, like the Vice show where he goes
to
to
different
the dinosaur
parts of it.
thing.
Yeah.
Like when he goes to Africa to look for this dinosaur
Mhm.
that apparently is there. That's on YouTube, so you can see that
shit,
show.
yeah.
I just started watching like the first part of it. It's so weird. Like he's sitting there in his room talking, and he has 3 naked African women dancing behind him while he's like drumming on a toy drum set and just talking to the
weird,
camera.
yeah.
It's so trippy. Like it's the
But
weirdest fucking
that's
thing.
my impression of him
That's
as
him.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was still fun to just see something so out there.
Yeah.
But seems like a nice person still. You know, like
Yeah.
it's such a weird experience.
It's
But
actually been one of the most enjoyable Joe Rogan episodes that I've listened to in a long while.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was it. I had a lot to gain from listening to that episode. Like it just
no, but
hit
I think
the-
it might
the right
actually,
mark.
especially since he has gone through a lot, both
Mm.
like
really
mentally
ups and downs
and-
in all fucking
Yeah.
aspects of that thing.
No, but I mean, yeah, he's both experienced, physical stuff and also like the stuff he struggles with in his head.
Mm.
Like I think it's a good listen to anyone out there
Yeah, for sure.
struggling with, life.
Yes.
I thought he was like, even for me, it was just fun to see him. And he's so fucking honest and open
Yeah.
from what you can tell,
Mm.
And I think it'll resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So imagine this show ramped up to 1,000.
Pretty much. Yes.
That was fucking intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this show.
Mm-hmm.
Not this
Not this
show,
show.
but
The
Mandalorian.
Mando show.
The Mando.
The Mando.
The Mando.
Yeah.
And also Mando's voice.
Yes. We'll
That's-
see
yeah.
what happens with with that.
Oh man, I'm so sad about that.
Yeah,
like-
it's so unnecessary. Like, obviously we don't know what happened, but
Of course not. But if
what
it
I've
is
heard,
what we're assuming, yeah.
it's just that Pedro Pascal, who is
Yeah.
the actor who does the voice, or is Mando. He is actually on set as Mando with like the suit on
For all the walking.
and apparently he's hurt himself more in this show than he has on any other thing in his entire life. He's been to the hospital 7 times.
For what?
He hits his head all the time. He just
Oh, he
misses
can't
steps.
see.
No,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
walking
yeah.
with the fucking helmet on all the time.
But why haven't they sort of made it somehow that he can see? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think
Because it's a crazy fucking helmet that
It
you
is.
can't see shit
Yeah.
from.
I've never actually tried a Boba Fett type of helmet, which is weird seeing as he is like the coolest character in
With,
anything.
but I guess, yeah. Because when you see his sort of like when he's looking at things,
Mm.
he gets this like computer read thing. Like he can see like the Terminator basically.
Yeah.
But when
Or
you see it from
Predator.
outside,
Mm.
you're like, there's no way you can see through that helmet.
No.
Like there's just this like slit.
Yeah, it's like looking out of your mailbox or
Yeah.
mail chute thing in your door.
Fuck, that would suck being what he is.
Yeah, it's like I'm the baddest killer in the fucking just remove your helmet. Just imagine how awesome you would be then.
Exactly. That's like just to make you like slightly better than everyone
Yeah,
else.
it's like Rock Lee dropping his weights.
Yeah, exactly that. That's
He removes his helmet, just kills
kills
everything.
everything.
Yes. What was I saying?
Yeah. Pedro Pascal,
Pedro Pascal.
upset
Oh,
about
yeah.
not,
Not
being
being
seen.
Yes. So
or
apparently,
it's an excuse to just leave.
I guess, like it was towards the end of shooting season 2, and he just got, I guess, fed up about not being seen. So he went to like the writers and even to the heads of Disney,
Mhm.
and like, we need to do a rewrite because I need to be seen more. Like my face needs to be seen.
Does it
And-
though?
And everybody was like, well, like, there's the door. Brip, 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 brip. Nobody gave a shit. They're like, well, like, you're pretty replaceable. So, like, if you're going to start bitching about all of this,
Man, I would play Mando and
Mhm.
you could just not have my name there.
no. I mean,
I'd take all the photos. I'd take.
I'm not going to say that it's like
No.
the easiest job in the world,
It
but
isn't.
it's pretty fucking easy compared to,
No, but it's
like,
cool. Like,
yes.
then
you are still that character.
like there are so many people that would want to do that
Mm-hmm.
and don't give a shit about FaceTime.
Yeah, you got two of them right here.
Like
Yes.
I would play that character.
Like that's one
Don't
of the
show
only
my face
characters that
ever.
I could play. Seriously, yes. Don't
yeah,
touch the
exactly.
kid.
Don't
Or like,
exactly.
Yeah, just give me a
It's
line.
the
like-
way.
Yeah.
It's the way.
Yes. This
Exactly.
is the way.
This is the way. Yeah.
Yes.
This is the way I want.
Thank the force. Yeah. But yeah, so he walked out, and well, they were all like, "Well, okay, but we still have enough content from him to do season 2. So
Yeah.
see ya, Pedro."
But it would suck. It would suck so much,
yeah.
because the voice is perfect.
Mm.
But like I said, yeah, totally replaceable. It just sucks that, like someone would worry about their FaceTime.
Exactly.
Like, oh, my face needs to be... No, it really doesn't. Like, when you take off the mask the one time you do, I'm not like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, really.
People don't run to see this show because they see Pedro Pascal attached to this project.
No, not at all.
That's
I
a
love the
plus.
mystery of not seeing the face. I
Exactly.
wish they wouldn't have shown the face because I
but-
don't need it.
But that's the coolest thing. Again, spoilers, but that they only show it the one time in
Yeah.
the first season.
Yeah.
And it's only in the very, very last episode. So it's like, thank you. Like, you made it the whole season without doing this.
Yeah.
It's
But
just...
I didn't need even that. Like, I don't mind it. Like,
No.
it works in with everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And how they build up to it. Perfect. Still didn't need
And it was
you know what I mean?
I loved the loophole of it.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, of
how,
course.
how
of
they
course,
got
of course,
around,
yeah.
or
Why it
why
was, yeah,
why he needed to remove his helmet, and how he could allow himself to remove it. Because
yeah.
as a Mandalorian, if you're still listening and you haven't seen the show, don't know what the fuck we're talking about, they're not allowed to remove their helmets. As soon as they put them on, they're
Yeah.
not allowed to show their face to anybody
living.
So that was like the loophole with the last episode. It's
Yeah.
so good. Like Taika Waititi for the win again, directing that and being that character.
I must say something.
Do it.
That is maybe my favorite scene of all, except the first episode on the second season
Mm-hmm.
where he fights them in that
the
ring.
wrestling
Yeah,
thing.
the wrestling ring. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. The robot when he comes into town and just wreaks havoc.
Yes.
Like, it's so good. Like,
so fast, too.
That's what I loved about it. It's so fast, yet you get to read it, and it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
Because that's what would happen, right?
Who are the first stormtroopers, though? Like, those idiots.
Oh, the guys.
Oh, I love that. And then, like, the whole spoof about them not being able to hit that little thing. Dude, I just laughed. It was so good. Pew, pew, pew. And just
let me
like,
try it.
yeah, just like keep missing.
Yeah, both of them.
And then like just shaking the that's such a fucking moronic thing.
I haven't actually looked up who they are.
Because
They're probably
they
super
must be
famous.
someone. Because I tried listening to the voices
Yeah,
and
me
see
too.
if I recognize it. You just want to see Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Like you just want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
just like-
sure it's like Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes
dude,
or something. Like
yeah,
that
it's
type of
probably-
team up.
I didn't pay attention. I said I was going to pay attention in the end or something, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's so much
I
fun. And
I
they
missed it.
punch Baby Yoda in the head.
Not just the one time.
No, not the one time. They just keep punching Baby
too.
Yoda.
Exactly.
I
You're
was like, what the
holy
fuck?
shit.
And I'm telling you, that was not part of it.
Really?
Like, I don't think so. Like,
No?
I don't think so. I think that was them just like,
fuck this doll.
no, yeah, exactly. Just like as a gag, And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, please keep doing that.
Mhm.
That is hilarious. Like, because it's so fucking, yeah, exactly. It's just like so stupid. Like, that whole opening is so good.
Yeah. And they just drag it out. Too.
Yeah.
It's- But that's Taika Waititi. Like, you can really feel him
Mm.
there. Like, that's his humor. He likes to sort of just...
But I love that
Linger.
talk. Like, I love
Yeah.
they're fucking idiots. Like,
Because that's...
and it's the old stormtrooper stuff as well.
Yeah,
like, it's
exactly.
like they look even dumber.
It just ties so well into everything.
Mm.
But no, I heard Kevin Smith talk about, because he got the question, like, if they came to you and asked you to direct an episode of The Mandalorian, would you do that?
Mhm.
And he was like, no. Like, I don't think so. Like, I don't think I could. because he's
Smart.
realized
Yeah.
his limits. Like
yeah.
he's like, well, I would do it, but it would only be like stormtroopers talking.
Yeah.
That would be my Mandalorian episode, because that's what I do. Like that's my type of movie. Like I wouldn't know how to do these epic fucking battle scenes and all of this shit.
Yeah, that's
So it's
actually
just him owning again.
But I would love to, like, if he directed like a scene like that opening scene, because that is hilarious.
yeah,
And Kevin Smith would rock it. Like if he just wrote dialogue for an episode, you know, like for shit like that,
yeah,
I would totally, like, if let's say I was in that position where I worked on it and I had a gag, I would totally get him in and just have him
just
sort of.
for a little, a little.
But just a little, because that opening is fun.
Yeah.
Like it's so.
like he could have done that.
Yeah, he could have
Yeah.
done that one. Yeah, because it's so silly. And then, oh man, when they bring out the guns, I'm like, you know it exactly where. Like even before they start shooting, as soon as he brings out the blaster, you know where it's going, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
Just like those little like jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's such a awesome show.
And then they die horribly. Like
Yes, of
that is fucking like dunk dunk on the bike. You're like,
yeah.
okay,
Well, he deserved that.
he deserved that.
He
yeah.
punched a fucking baby. A 50-year-old baby, but
But still a
a
baby.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah. Really looking forward to all of the next coming episodes.
Yeah, let's talk about it next time. Like we're gonna be
we
talking
can-
about it.
like weekly. Just might as well. It's going to be a week late, obviously, because that's how we do this.
Mhm.
But that will give you an extra week to catch up.
Catch up, yeah.
And
But yeah, I
Yeah.
only have praise for the show. Like I have nothing.
same.
Like it's not the best plot, you know. Like it's not going to be the best fights, but they're good enough to work.
It's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars,
It's
exactly.
Original Star Wars. That's
Hmm.
yeah.
It's the best shit to come out of the Star Wars franchise.
And it's the first live action Star Wars show. Like you need to keep that in mind. They've never done an actual television show live action with Star Wars before. So I would say they fucking did a home run coming, off out
Yeah.
of the gate.
And I don't want to, like, if you're still like listening and haven't seen it, there are some, like we said, like fun guest appearances that are fun to see. I'm not going to mention all of them, but it's just like worth for those little
A little
things
bit
as
for
well.
everybody.
Yeah.
And it's also cool, like the whole concept of having these like 5 or 6 different directors all working as a team together, making all of these episodes for the first season. And I think they're doing the same for season 2, but with different directors.
man.
One of them is Robert Rodriguez, I've heard.
Ooh,
So,
shit. How is
yeah.
that going to work?
Exactly.
Like when they start chopping off limbs and shit. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah. Like, fuck, there's no rules here. Well, it's Disney.
but it started off really sort of like you got reminded who the fuck who Mando is in the opening of the first episode.
Yeah, if you started doubting him being a
Yeah.
badass.
Or like just thought he was all around a good guy as well. Like,
Yeah.
he just shows, like they just show you who he is for real. Like
Oh, yeah.
he is like, he's taking care of the kid. He has this code, but opening on season 2, you get to see who he is and it's brutal.
Yes.
But also it's like Wisma, so
He deserved it, probably.
But yeah, that's what I have, man.
Yeah. I have like the biggest list of shit that I've ever seen ever.
Oh shit, you do? Oh well, then let's go.
But instead of going into detail, I will just sort of I don't even feel like I need to go into all of this.
No, but do you have something that you want to mention that was so dumb or so good that you need to say it? Then I think we should.
Chris Pratt has been getting like a shit ton of shit these last couple of weeks.
Shit ton of shit.
Shit ton of shit, because like they did this Avengers fundraiser thing for Joe Biden or whatever, like because of the election and stuff, and he didn't take part. So he didn't take part, and Captain Marvel Brie Larson didn't take part.
Okay.
And apparently, like, he got so much shit for not taking part in this fundraiser.
Was he supposed to?
No, that was the thing. That came out later, that they were like, oh, we didn't even ask him because he was, like, in a totally different time zone. So, like, it wouldn't make sense for him to be in because
But
he would...
why was he sort of connected to it?
Because he's Star-Lord. Like, he is...
But what was the fundraiser then? Like, was it an
It was
Avengers?
just, like, the Avengers to raise money for Joe Biden.
Okay, but
or the
did they
campaign.
have any Avengers there?
Yeah, they had everybody else, pretty much.
Then what the
So
fuck?
Brie Larson got a little bit of shit, but she gave shit back, and like everybody hates her for some. Well, everybody
Okay.
just hates her.
Cool.
And Chris Pratt is apparently like the nicest guy on the
Yeah.
planet,
So he
but-
got sad.
but he's also like he believes in God
Yeah.
and very religious. So he just gets so much shit now because apparently he's like everything that the devil is. I don't know, like. Ridiculous.
Oh,
And he
okay.
didn't do shit, apparently. Well, I don't know anything more than what I've heard.
Well,
and
this is
seen.
again with the Star Wars thing, how upset people get.
Yeah.
And Cyberpunk 2077
77,
got
mhm.
postponed
Yeah, I
with
saw-
another month, and people started sending
Flipping.
death threats.
Yeah, of course.
So people are cunts.
Of course. Well,
Not you listening, of course, but
you haven't
you know.
waited long enough.
no,
No.
to get angry.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why people are so entitled. You don't have any money in this. You don't have any stake in this. You can buy it if you want to.
Exactly. Like, just let them make the best.
And the people that are
fucking-
angry at this fundraiser were probably the people that weren't even there to help.
Exactly. Like, what was the point?
Yeah.
There is no point. And the point why I am bringing up Chris Pratt is because I watched Wanted again. You remember Wanted?
Yes, the
Where they
bending
can-
bullets
yeah.
thing.
The
Based on a comic?
Yeah, Mark Miller,
Ooh la la. Shoo-la-la-la.
like the guy who did Kick-Ass and
Yeah.
like Kingsman
Mhm.
and all of this.
Oh shit, I didn't know they were from the same guy.
So he pretty much solved the magical equation of let's make a comic book but release it simultaneously with the movie.
Oh shit.
So that's
oh,
what
I
he's
thought
been
it was
doing.
like done way before.
No, not in that way. So they wrote the script and the script for the comic book
At the same time.
at the same time, like because it's easier that way.
Was one of them good?
What do you mean?
Like Wanted was, you know.
I
Like
haven't read the comics. So I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, that's what I meant.
No.
Like, was the comic better at least than the movie?
I
Because the
haven't-
movie had cool ideas.
To be honest, I haven't actually seen anything from the comic, the Wanted comic. I've seen the video game. I played the video game.
There's a video game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit, I remember. Yeah.
I think you play as the dad
don't remember.
in the Wanted movie.
Mhm.
Anyways, Chris Pratt is in Wanted, and I totally forgot.
What?
that. Yeah.
Who is he in Wanted?
He's the guy that fucks James McAvoy's girlfriend.
I don't remember that.
Do you remember
either.
the scene when he takes his keyboard and knocks the guy in the face when he leaves the office? No. So, like, you haven't seen this movie in a very long time.
Very long time.
When James McAvoy gets his superpower
Mhm.
revealed, sort of.
Yeah, when he's in the elevator and gets stressed and shit, right? Or like
No. Like, when they
Wasn't that
kidnap
the-
him
Oh,
from
okay,
the
okay.
convenience store, like, Angelina Jolie comes in.
Oh shit! I don't
Again,
even
this is
remember
when
this.
Angelina was kind of still hot as well, which was nice to see. She's still like anorectic, but not as
I-
bad as it became after. Like,
I don't know any of this, but
No.
yes.
Yeah, anyways.
Proceed. I was like, what?
so she just walks up to him at a convenience store, is like, oh yeah, your dad was an assassin and he died at top of this building yesterday, just so you know. And he's like, well, yeah, have fun with that. And then a shootout breaks out, and
Yeah, this sounds somewhat familiar. Yeah.
that's when like the big car chase happens, when she's outside of the car and moaning and he's screaming all the fucking time and being the most annoying bitch ever. After that, he wakes up at their sort of office, shoots the wing off of the flies,
Yeah.
and
remember this.
gets sort of, they tell him that his dad was this super hitman.
Yeah.
And he gets all of the money from the dad and blah blah blah. So he became like
Morgan Freeman is in this, right?
Morgan Freeman
yeah,
is
he's
like the boss guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, after that, he goes back to his shitty job and quits. And when he quits, he has this keyboard that is, I don't know, aerodynamic or something to relieve stress.
Mm-hmm.
Takes that with him, and then he knocks the tooth out of
And he meant
ergonomic. Sorry,
Yeah,
yes,
aerodynamic, like you can fly.
That's why I shave my armpits.
Yeah.
You know, make me aerodynamic when I fight. He knocks Chris Pratt's tooth out with that keyboard. That was the longest rant about just that scene. But Chris Pratt is in that fucking movie, and it blew my mind because I had totally forgotten it. And it's, you know,
You called like that's just like the way to get to that.
I know it's so hard. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Oh,
Anyways,
good times.
like the movie is, it works, but it
doesn't.
It used to be better for sure.
I hate the whole like sewing machine thing. Like,
oh yeah,
that is so annoying.
The
Like as soon as you get to that, you're
but
like,
that's early. That's pretty early too.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it sucks.
Anyways, fun seeing Chris Pratt in that one. Then I watched Smoking Aces. You remember that movie?
I remember that one. Yeah.
It's a movie that I haven't seen in forever. But
Smoking, is it with Jason Statham as well?
No.
Is he in it?
he's not in it. But pretty much everybody
Everywhere
else.
else, yeah. Shit.
Like
yeah.
you got
Smoking Aces.
Ben Affleck, you got Andy Garcia, Ray Liotta, Alicia Keys, you got Jason Bateman, you got fucking Ryan Reynolds, you got Chris
yeah.
Pine from Star Trek. Like everybody's in this fucking movie. But the cool thing here is, like, I didn't remember this movie being as good as it is. I will say, yes,
Mhm.
is. Like, it's a fantastic action movie, and it's really, it's like 4 movies in one movie. So you have all of these really cool characters that you follow from beginning to end, but all with the same goal, and all of their stories intertwine.
And it was called
Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces. Sorry,
Yes.
yeah, I mixed them up with.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so perfectly written. Like,
I need to check the cover because it's like in my head. I just need
Yeah.
to confirm it.
it is one of those movies that it might have like slipped by, you know, because it just came out and then it was gone, and then they made a sequel to it as well. That I know I've seen it, but I can't remember it at all.
Oh yeah, this cover, yeah.
But seriously, like, there's so many extremely famous and great actors in this movie, and they're all just having so much fun with this. Like, you can tell. And it's so gory and bloody and funny. Like, yeah, I recommend it highly. If you haven't seen Smoking Aces,
Yeah, I might watch it then.
it's one of those just fun action movies.
Mhm.
Then I saw Infinity War again. I'm not gonna jump into it, but Chris Pratt again. Yes,
Yeah.
awesome.
He showed up,
but
No,
he
just
really
kidding.
is so good in that. Like, he is, apart from when he freaks out on like Thanos and
Mhm.
gets angry because of Gamora, his comedic timing is fucking perfect. I love his.
Is that when
performance in
he
it.
meets Thor as well?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
best. That's why I hate Endgame.
Mm.
Because that's the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they try to reenact that whole thing again.
It
It's
just
not as
doesn't
funny.
work.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
It-
everything is off about that scene. And I think it's forced upon them rather than it's
but
good.
I think it's supposed to be sort of awkward as well. Like,
But it just sucks.
just
That's
makes it-
different. Like, it's
Mm.
it's okay when, like, Taika Waititi does something and it's, like, it feels weird and awkward, like in the vampire show.
Yeah.
But this is just bad. Like, whereas the first time, it's so good.
Yeah. And I did, like, Infinity War is really, I would say, Thor's movie. Like, it feels more like a Thor movie than anything
Mhm.
else. But you have all of these other
Other
again,
peop-
with
yeah.
Smoking Aces, like, all of these other stories that just intertwine and work.
Yeah.
Like, seeing it again now that it's been sort of sitting a while.
Shit, I'm trying to think of what happens in this movie. Is this the one where
Everything
Spider-Man
goes to hell,
and is
pretty much.
fighting the
On
other one and trying to get the
the gauntlet. Like, they're trying to get the
Yeah,
the
exactly.
gauntlet
But this is
from
before
Thanos.
they get to space.
No, this is when they go to space.
Infinity War.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are in space here.
Yeah.
Or is it when they fly off to space? When
They
they're
f-
fighting that weird guy. I don't
No,
remember his name.
because they all get dusted in this one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they are like,
Yeah, exactly. They're
pretty
not
much
there.
all of the Guardians, Spider-Man, and
Oh yeah, I don't feel so
what-
good. That's the one.
exactly.
Oh shit,
all of that
yeah.
is in space.
Yeah, that's all in space. But I thought they were on Earth beginning of this
Yeah,
movie.
they are.
They are, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's when they're fighting that weird Thanos
exactly
buddy.
the mall or
Yeah, what
whatever
the fuck
his
was he
name-
called? Yeah, because I
something
love
like
that with Doctor Strange and how they wrap him up and everything. You know, like in Spider-Man's trying to
this whole
keep
movie
up.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it is so well timed in everything. The action is spot on, the comedy is
Yeah.
spot on, the drama is spot on, and everything works sort of almost like a good contrast to the other thing. So when you have a really good, like, let's call it a high, like something super good happens and it's awesome, immediately after, all shit goes to hell.
Yeah.
And after that, boom, all goes well. And then bam, and boom, and bam. And you're just
Back
sitting
and forth,
there, just like, what the fuck? And it just keeps going. And then it ends with
That fucking
shit.
snap.
Like,
yeah.
it's just, everything is shit.
Yeah. But
Beautiful.
fuck, I loved how
Beautiful.
it ended.
Yes.
And I remember, like, everyone I talked to that had seen the movie, because I saw it on premiere day.
Yeah.
And then the people that hadn't seen it, you know, or I think I saw it on the premiere, but, like, you know, it's just like, I don't even want to talk about it.
No.
Like,
No. Like, I was destroyed.
yeah. And,
I went to see it alone as well. I was just sitting there like
I don't remember. But, yeah, fuck.
it was it really,
It
really
was unexpected.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But that's where my problem with the second part of that began as well. Like that it doesn't have any of the timing. None of the, like the comedy isn't spot on.
I wouldn't agree with you there because I think Endgame is perfect as well. Like I
You're wrong.
really
Yeah, we've already
I
talked
really
about it.
yeah, no, I really love it as well. And that one even more than Infinity War has the ups and downs with the really awesome and the really horrible. So like for me it just
Yeah.
works and I see it as a whole rather than
I
like,
tried, but it doesn't fit in.
it's just so long. Like my
That's
cock.
not, hey,
No.
that's not my problem.
No.
It's not the size.
What is it?
And I'm talking about the movie and not Robert's cock,
Yeah.
apparently.
I got a 9-inch cock. Around. What is that?
Where's that from?
American Pie, I think.
Is it?
Like,
Maybe it is, yeah.
isn't
Holy
it?
shit.
Stifler? Stiffmeister.
Stiffmeister.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Cool.
Moving on, I saw Enola Holmes
Yes, Enola Holmes. I don't know
with
what that is.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
You know,
I have
11.
no idea. Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, now I know.
So
Now it
11
makes-
and Superman are Sherlock Holmes and his little sister Enola Holmes. I'm sure your daughter will love it.
Is it a kid show?
It's a movie. It's
That's
almost
what I
like
said.
it's like it's a young female Sherlock Holmes movie. Like
Cool. That sounds awesome.
I wrote that it's a meh, and I'm
It
sure
sounds
it's
less?
perfect
Wow.
for young girls. Millie Bobby is pretty damn great. Like
Cool.
she really acts amazingly. Yes, she's really really good. And then I saw The Tax Collector,
The Tax Collector.
which is
Collecting
the movie that Shia LaBeouf made this huge chest piece for. Do you remember that controversy just a little
not
while
at
back?
all, because he's a controversy.
Yes. So he's famous for going all into his characters. No, he made
Oh shit, that's what I meant. Yeah,
And-
characters.
an actual chest piece, like a full chest tattoo
For one movie.
for this role. And he's not even the lead character in this movie.
Yeah.
And not to spoil too much, but like as soon as
But is it
he's
good?
not like the main guy, it's such a shitty movie. Well, not super shitty, but it's not a good movie anymore. Shia really, really holds up this movie
Oh.
when he's in it.
He's in it. Okay.
But again, it's just another meh.
Mm-hmm.
Not worth money. Don't buy it. Like maybe rent it if you just want to see, Shia. But speaking of that cool tattoo, yeah, you get like a slight little glimpse of it maybe if you're super awake and pause the movie at the exact right time. That's the only time you see it. So
He
it's
really
such
wants
a
it to be
fucking
real.
waste.
Yeah.
Yes.
But maybe he really loves the tattoo otherwise.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. It's actually a pretty cool tattoo. Try look it up if you can.
Okay.
And then I watched Accident Man.
Accident Man.
Have you seen it?
From the... No, I have no idea what this is.
Scott Adkins.
Scott Adkins? Oh, shit. No.
No?
I
And-
haven't seen it.
And Tim Munn was fight choreographer in it.
Cool.
Also in it, gets his
Not
ass
seen
kicked.
it. Yeah.
So much fun.
But he's so short.
He is. He is very short in this movie too. But
I haven't heard of
like
Action Man.
it's an okay movie.
But it's
from
like all those
2018.
movies. Dude, but all the movies that Scott Adkins makes, they're not great. They're
No.
just action fun. You know that.
exactly, and that's exactly what this is. But you have
But they haven't been able to do something good like
No.
Boyka Undisputed movies, you know.
exactly, and that's what I was missing in this one, because the story is actually pretty good for being one of
That's
these
the problem.
movies. But it feels like, you know, you and me making this movie.
Yeah.
Like, you know that we will just never be able to make it the level it needs to be.
But yeah, to sell it, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just like, it's not really hitting a home run, but you do have like Ray Parks. You do
Oh, shit,
have
yeah.
Michael Jai White.
JY.
Jay White. And you have a fight with Scott Adkins and both of them, like
Yeah,
all
but
three
that's
of
cool.
them.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's fun to see like them just go.
They're always awesome.
out.
Like, dude.
But that's also, like, they've gotten old, like, and you can tell.
No.
Which is sad. But yeah, there's a lot of like.
But it
small,
might not also be that. It might also be that because I've seen them like behind the scenes stuff. They're still like crazy.
Yeah.
I think it might be sort of like who's filming and who's editing.
Yeah.
That might be affecting. Because a lot of stuff, like, you know, no matter how good you are, if they're cutting it poorly, like the whole like a Daredevil fight, you know, like depending on who, like, I think had it been filmed by a more experienced, or like maybe it is, but just like someone that has done, you know, these types of fights before, I think that fight could have been more powerful.
Yeah.
For example, like.
Yeah.
Like Ong Bak 3 and Ong Bak 1.
Exactly.
One of them sucks and one of them is really good.
And why is that? You know.
It's the way they're filmed, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how sort of like you should have just stuck with what was in Ong Bak 1. You know, like the type or how you present the fighting.
Yeah.
And then don't kill us.
But yeah, then the last thing I saw was the animated Hellboy movie, Sword of
Have not
Storms.
seen. Is it new?
No, it's kind of old. I think it was made sort of maybe in between Hellboy 1 and 2,
Okay.
but it is Guillermo del Toro
Cool.
with Mike Mignola
Ooh,
writing,
la la.
and then I don't know who directed it, doesn't matter. But it's almost like Scooby-Doo, but with an edge.
Okay, you know what I would love to see? Just thought of it when you said that you'd seen a cartoon Hellboy movie. I would love to see one of those like anthology shows with Hellboy. You know, like the Batman one and the Animatrix and stuff, but
Yeah.
just Hellboy interpretations
Yeah,
from different studios.
and this is almost what that is. But you know, it's one full movie, but it does feel almost like it could have been Guillermo del Toro Hellboy, like a
Okay.
little bit more childish,
Hmm.
but still works. And in this one, he goes to like through Asian mythology almost. So you get like I said, the
Ninja Batman
the Spider Woman
Yeah.
character, for instance, like a very
No,
well
that
known.
I stole from Saga.
yeah, yeah.
Remember?
No, I remember, and they did too.
And they did.
Yeah,
Everyone did.
Yes.
Even things before.
But it's like, it's entertaining. It's not the best shit ever, but it's definitely not the worst.
Mhm.
And there's another movie as well, also animated. So they released 2, and that one was called something Blood Queen. Fuck it. It's with
it's something blood.
yeah.
Fuck it.
It's like a vampire type movie.
Cool.
But yeah, and I've seen a lot more stuff than that, but all of that stuff is things that I keep rewatching all the fucking time. So, but you can imagine now that this is just over a weekend. Keep that in mind.
That is insane.
Like there's so much shit that I've watched. I've seen the new Scooby-Doo movie as well, which was really horrible.
Oh yeah, it sucks so much dicks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And I love Scooby-Doo.
Same.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the biggest me just vomiting out all of the stuff that I've seen ever. I will try to find a good balance in how to present this stuff. That will be my mission, because I want this to be fun and maybe inspirational and give you good...
Damn it, I thought it was going to be from the beginning.
Yeah, no.
Just like mid-song. Damn it.
But yeah, so we will still have that to talk about.
Damn it. I when you were talking, I was going to put it from the beginning so we could like end on it. You know, like
nice.
As you spoke, it would start getting... Yeah, exactly. And then like... That was not my plan. God damn it.
Anyways, yeah, enough babbling, I think. Do you have anything else?
No, dude, I've just seen, like, I binged, what is it?
9 episodes.
What?
9 episodes. Of
I didn't see the first 2, so,
Oh, okay.
7. 7 episodes.
Still, good job.
Mm-hmm. For you, buddy.
Yes.
Because I probably wouldn't have seen it
No.
otherwise.
I did put the pressure on.
But it was so good. It was so good that I wrote to my friend that works on it that I was like, it's so good.
Yes, I wrote him too.
Today. That is the funniest thing ever.
So,
Because I wrote to him today as well when I saw the 9th episode there. Oh, yeah. So
no,
good.
but he seems really keen on being on the show. So
apparently he hasn't listened, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna scold him. No. So hopefully we will get somebody that has actually worked on Mando here.
And I did shout him out last week when you listened to this, so check that out if you can go back in time.
And probably the week before and the week before. So go back, re-listen, everything. Yes. But with that said, I hear the music coming. So
so from us to you to me to you to back to you guys.
To everybody.
And see you next week.
See ya, I guess. Yeah. Is that what we're doing now?
That's what we're doing. Stop shit! Everything is falling. And that's where we ended. Both the podcast and the game.